Hello, Facebook, and welcome to the Colorado Springs School of Massage Facebook Live session for this Saturday. And we're August 29th today. And guess what we're going to be working on today? We're going to talk about and educate you on arms and the complexities that the arms bring with them. So come on, let's get into this room over here and get studying some. So, we find that arms are probably one of the larger problem areas that we don't really think too much about it, but what do we spend most of our time doing anymore? When you go to work, where are you at? One, you're driving. Forward arm posture. When you're keyboarding, forward arm posture. Lots and lots of wrist activity, lots and lots of finger activity. If you're working in the trades, swinging a hammer, turning a screwdriver, pulling on cables, or carrying sheetrock, arms. We use arms all the time, and how often do we pay attention to them? Not very often. Let me show you a couple of things. Arms are complex. Look, this is the upper arm. Check it out. There's a deltoid, bicep, and tricep, which everybody kind of knows. But who knows about brachioradialis or brachialis or coracobrachialis? There's a lot of additional muscles in the upper arm that very few of us ever pay attention to, yet they're a very important part for the correct functioning of the arm. Well, not only is there the upper arm, but let's look at the lower arm, and this is the anterior. When I say anterior, the palm is forward, so we're looking at the fleshy side. We're looking at this part of the forearm in these diagrams. There's 3 layers of muscles in there. Who knew?
Who knew?
So, yeah, check it out. We've got a lot of flexors. We've got for fingers, for wrist, and for elbow function. There's a lot of activity going on there. And if you look, the fingers are powered by muscles that are in the forearm. Who knew, right?
Wow.
That's the anterior aspect. If we flip the arm over, guess what? The posterior aspect, now we're looking at not the palm side, but the opposite side. This is the hairy part of the arm. Look at all the musculature that's in there. We've got muscles for the fingers. We've got muscles for the wrist.
Very complex.
Very complex. We've even got muscles in there that their sole function is to rotate the arm into the prone position, the pronators, and supinators, which rotate the arm back to the palm is face up. So there's tons and tons of muscles in there that we all need to memorize so we can pass our exams, right? My students know this. But we're going to focus today on the one condition which we hear a lot about. We call it tennis elbow. In the medical world, it's lateral epicondylitis, and this is what it looks like. When we have an irritation up here, you see that red blotch right there? That's where the pain is. That's where there's inflammation in the tendons that attach into the condyles and the epicondyles of the forearm.
So if we don't play tennis, we're in good shape. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, just avoid tennis and you'll be fine. Racquetball is cool. No, I'm kidding. Any tennis sport, matter of fact, any activity where you have to grip and pull, where you're engaging these muscles up here, can you see that bunch up there? That's where lateral epicondylitis happens. And so we're going to talk more in depth about how to treat it in about 20 minutes when the Joe's Body Shop Facebook Live kicks in. We're actually going to show you and demonstrate how to work with that. But in the meantime, let's talk about some of the reasons why we have problems with that area of our arm. Repetitive use syndrome is probably the biggest one. If you're doing this all day long, and you know what? Cashiers do a lot of this. They're pulling product across the scanner, or they're doing it this way and they're pushing it, and they wind up wearing those little wrist braces so that they don't move their wrists so much. How does that work? Well, if you can't raise your wrist because of a wrist brace, this is not functioning. So you're giving it a break, letting it rest so that it can heal.
We're getting a comment here, Joe.
Sure.
This video looks so much better in landscape.
Oh, really? Who said that?
It's hard to say. No, I think it says Colorado Springs School of Massage. Could that be someone we know?
It might be somebody we know. Thank you, somebody we know. Anyway, I'm glad that it looks better this way. We're playing around with our Facebook Live. So if you see changes, our videographer, Gary, he's great at what he does, but he's still learning. So I'm blaming this on Gary.
Still figuring things out.
Yeah. So we were talking about repetitive use syndrome, where we're continually repeating the same activity. Keyboarding is horrible for that. Once you're done with your day at work and you do this 5 days a week, and on the weekends you want to do something different, what do? We go work in the yard, we go out hiking, we go fix the car, using these more, and guess what? Aggravating what started at the office 2 weeks ago. And if you're not drinking enough water, if you're not eating the right foods, if you're not taking care of yourself, these problems exacerbate themselves. They get worse and worse. It's almost like an exponential thing. It starts off like this, tomorrow it's like this, next week it's like this, and pretty soon you can't use your arm. So don't let it get that bad. Start taking care of it. Some of the resolutions we would recommend to you, and of course we can't recommend, but we can suggest, and these are common sense things. When you're working at the office and you've got a humongous workload and you're typing all day long, make it a point to get away from the desk once an hour. Go take a walk to the restroom. Just go take a walk around the block. Get away from that desk for 5 to 10 minutes and let your arms breathe. Let your whole body get that circulation going in that movement.
Lots of waving going on by Sean Ziggy.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? You can learn some of this stuff because I know your arms probably kill you too. We want to make sure that you're eating properly. We want to make sure that you're exercising. And if it's not necessarily going to the gym, but movement, activity, keep motion in those areas. If you do wind up, you didn't pay attention and your arm starts throbbing and giving you grief, there's certain things that you can do to help improve that before you get in to see somebody to help you with it. So you could take a hot cloth, take and put just any towel, a small towel, get it in the sink with as hot a water as you can stand, wring it out, and put it on the area where it hurts. Let that soak in and keep swapping out a fresh hot towel every chance that you get. Now, if heat is not your thing, try cold. You could put an ice pack on there. Now, what does heat do? Heat helps increase circulation. Heat helps to soften the muscle tissue, but it doesn't do anything for the actual pain itself. But once the muscle tissue softens, it will tend to relax, and that brings comfort. You get rid of the pain. Ice, on the other hand, will chill it down to where you numb it. And now, when you take that ice off of there, it flushes. And when it flushes, that's where the healing process comes in.
So, Joe, I'm gonna assume that you get phone calls every now and then from people who are going through this kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We get a lot of phone calls. And many times it's, Joe, what can I do between now and my next appointment? And this is where we give you the hot towels, the cold towels, movement, rub it out yourself, and maybe that'll hold you until you come in for your next appointment. And that usually works pretty well.
And it's nice to know that people can call you.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a big question, right?
Absolutely. That's what we do. We teach. We help you understand your condition so that you can participate in your healing process, so that your massage therapist doesn't have to do all the work. You got to participate in that too. Prevention. Stretch and warm up before you go out and do your activities for the day. A lot of people like to do their exercising in the morning. That helps get everything loosened up so when they go through their day, they feel amazing. But stretches are good, calisthenics, yoga, anything like that at the beginning of the day or before you start your activity. If you are going out for a hike, for example, don't go out there cold turkey and just march on up the mountain. Warm up before you start all of that. Exercise can sometimes bring on problems if you don't pay attention. Don't eat and then go work out immediately afterwards. Wait till that food settles down. You don't want to be exercising on a full stomach.
I went on a run one time and ate some bacon before I went. Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Didn't sit well, did it?
Oh my gosh.
So listen to Gary. He's on the other side of the camera. Don't eat bacon and then go for a run.
That's why I'm on this side of the camera.
Yeah. And when you go get your massage, tell your massage therapist what you're experiencing, where you're feeling the pain. Now, sometimes this may be the cause up here, but you'll have radiating pain down the arm. Trigger point referrals, we call those. And by telling your therapist what you're feeling, they'll be able to pinpoint where the source is. At least all your good therapists can do that. Some of the muscles that we pointed out here, we've got flexors and extensors of the forearm, of the wrist, and of the hand. We've got the long digitorum muscles, digitorum longus for the fingers. We've got the biceps and the triceps in the upper arm, plus the brachioradialis, the coracobrachialis, and we've got the deltoid up on the top. All of these function in unison to give you your daily activities. If one muscle is not functioning correctly, the body's got double and triple redundancy. So secondary muscle groups will kick in to pick up the job, but they're going to get exhausted pretty quick because they're doing their primary job and they're doing additional duty where the other muscle that's not functioning, they're doing its job too. And that will tend to wear your arm out and create more problems if you don't do something to take care of the original problem and the now developing secondary problems. Shoulder and neck muscles can sometimes contribute to arm problems because the nerves come out of here that power the arm. So we might have symptoms down here, but the source might be in the upper trap, it can be in the neck or in the levator, scalenes, anywhere where that nerve passageway gets entrapped can create problems in the arms, which is something that we need to know as your massage professionals so that we can help figure out what's happening and where to go to fix it. Any questions?
This all sounds so disarming, Joe.
Ah.
So
strike that.
So people can call you. I guess they can, if they're able to, they can actually come in here and talk with you. Is that right?
If they're able to, yeah. You can come visit us anytime. Give us a call. Let us know you're coming. We are now operating by appointment only. So if we've got massage appointments or if we've got some kind of school event going on, you will find us here. But you won't know about that unless you're involved with the school or with Joe's Body Shop. So give us a call before you come over. We're happy to sit down with you and consult, give you some pointers, some good ideas of what you might be able to do to help yourself. And of course, we're always here with students. We've got students entering student clinics starting Monday. So if you need a massage and you need it at a good price, $35, a full hour with one of our students, and we have got a phenomenal class going on right now. Matter of fact, I've scheduled myself for some appointments this week just because I want to experience what they do. So give us a call at 719-310-9297 or look us up online, www.csschoolofmassage.com, and check out what we've got on the website. Give us a call, share with us what you're experiencing. We'll be happy to help you with it or even schedule you an appointment with one of our students. So until next time I see you, have a wonderful week and see you later.